How's everybody?
We're doing
good. Good.
Super excited.
Yes, got my coffee ready, cafecito, agua.
Well, don't forget also all the performers who are on, you know, they also have their followers. So hopefully, you know, they put it on their thing. You've got 2 bilingual magicians, one, the only female bilingual magician in the entire state, which is
Wow.
doing. So she'll be on next Saturday.
Okay, that's good.
What else have you been doing? Since we have, what do we have here? We have 4 minutes. What else have you guys been doing? Anything interesting?
Well, my name is Berenice and I work at the Oceanside Public Library. So pretty much what we have been doing, we have been giving a bunch of arts and craft kits to the community. We have been giving up books to the community, new books. So each week we have a theme, we have a stars theme, we have a dragon theme, etc. We had like a Cinderella theme, and you know, we pretty much ordered these books in advance before this pandemic occurred. And you know, we were gonna have events like in person, but because of COVID, we are only giving these books to the people, to the kids, when they come by the schools and they pick up like school lunches or food. So we go and we just, you know, have our little booth and we just give out like books, kits for the community. And so we've been giving so many. I think each week we gave out like 1,500 each time.
Wow.
We've been working very hard. And we finished with that series because summer's over, well, for us. And now we're moving into, well, I am personally moving into the youth section, which I'm going to be working with Amy. She's the youth director, and she is going to be, we are both going to be hiring interns, like high school interns who are 16, 17, or 18 years of age. And we're going to be giving them a paid job because it's a paid.
Wow.
And so
the grant program that we got.
This is the first year that we're doing this, so we're really excited because, you know, we got to invest in our students and our youth in order to grow. So great way to put it into the community and to the youth, and so I'm super excited. And
Yeah, I would be excited too if I was doing as many things as you for the community. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've been busy during the pandemic.
Well, it's so funny how, you know, at the beginning where none of us are busy, and then we invent things to be busy with, and then we get super busy with all these things that we invented. Because in the beginning I was like, oh, what am I going to do with myself? And now it's kind of like when somebody asks me to do something, it's like, well, I have this on this day, and I have this on that day, and I have this on this day, and I'm doing this. And I realized I created a new world for myself, new world order.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to remind everybody that we are live now, and that everything that we are saying is part of the event now. We're gonna record this event, but we will edit anything that you don't want to appear. Okay, there you go.
Deal.
Well, Veronica Berenice should say all the things that she, that the Oceanside Library is doing again, in case people didn't hear it
We're
recorded.
sharing our 5 minutes, so Berenice will get to talk. She's the newest enthusiastic staff member that we have at Oceanside Public Library, and we're really excited to have her. Really fun.
Thank you.
Is Kirk on, Anna? Anna, is Kirk on?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay. So and as we begin, a huge shout out to Georgette for coordinating all the presenters and doing the fantastic job that you've done. You've really led the way here, Georgette. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I only did the performers, not the presenters, but thank you.
Yay, this video is so cool. Thanks, Georgette.
Oh, you're welcome. It was so fun. Anytime I can do something creative, I have like so much fun.
So in case people are wondering, is the sound on? Because I'm not hearing it. There's Georgette with her beautiful baile folklorico dress.
I'd also give a huge shout out to B.
Oh, I think we lost.
We lost Edward's sound.
Yeah, no,
I think your connection is a little bad, Ed.
Yeah. And for all those watching live, this is why we're doing this. As many of you are experiencing your first in virtual land, this is also our first. So thank you for giving us grace.
my connection
There's Kirk.
Yay, Kirk.
dropped. Was it just mine or was it everybody's?
Just yours.
Yeah, I still don't hear the sound.
Mm-mm.
I feel like going sound check, sound check. Uno,
1 2 1 2.
right?
I think it's fine that we don't hear the sound since we're on a panel. I think this is just a visual that's going on, and then that way we can hear each other, because if we heard that and ourselves, it would really be something.
Might be a lot, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling a little nostalgic just watching all of the work from the past years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yay.
Welcome everyone to the first virtual Latino Book and Family Festival. Today we are gonna start with an opening reception to the event. So hoy va a ser una recepción de apertura para el evento virtual de el Festival Latino de Libros y Familia. Ahora, ya estuvieron viendo lo que fue un video de introducción sobre lo que es el evento. Y ahora voy a pasar lo del evento y quiero explicar un poquito. I want to explain a little bit about where you can go and find the event. So, la página de internet sería lbff.us. lbff.us, that's the official website for the event. And you can also find us on Facebook at lbffs. En Facebook como @lbffs. Ok, vamos a empezar. This is the opening reception program for today. Para hoy hay varias actividades, incluyendo introducir lo que es el comité que trabaja para crear este evento. We're gonna be introducing the committee that works on this event, and some entertainment for you by Georgette Baker. Okay, let's get started. And a preview for next week. Y también vamos a dar un avance de lo que va a pasar la siguiente semana, así es que quédense con nosotros. Just a little bit about the purpose of the event, because we cannot keep going without letting you know about the purpose of the event. Vamos a hablar primero del propósito del evento y recordarles que este evento es el número 68, 68th Latino Book and Family Festival, since 1997 when they got started with the event. El propósito es ayudar e impartir oportunidades en la comunidad, un lugar donde las personas pueden ir y encontrar información sobre literatura, conocimiento de diferentes cosas y recursos disponibles para la comunidad. We want to help. Our purpose is to help and impart opportunities in the community. We want to offer this setting where people can come to and realize the importance of literacy, and also to promote resources about health, education, and financial resources, different things that are available for the community. First, we're gonna have Kirk Whistler, the co-founder of this event, give a little preview of the history of the event. Primero vamos a tener a Kirk Whistler, que él es el cofundador de este evento y va a presentar lo que es un poco de la historia del evento.
I think he's on mute.
Oh.
Since we founded them in 19... Hi, this is Kirk Whistler, and I sincerely want to welcome you all to the 68th Latino Book and Family Festival. Since we founded them in 1997. It's been an interesting evolution over the years. We've gone to 8 different markets around the US, held a variety of events. Overall, over 900,000 people have attended. But this, with our 68, is different in a variety of ways. One, it is our first one that's virtual. 2, while some of our events in the past have been as many as 3 days in a row, this one here will be over a series of weekends. So you'll be able to catch it. You'll also be able to, if you miss something, come and see the information later. So there's a variety of ways for you to participate and become involved. I sincerely want to thank our key co-host with this virtual festival. That's Miracosta College. They're in Oceanside, other markets. But Miracosta has been a wonderful partner, and we sincerely appreciate their involvement with us. And they, like us, realize the importance of reaching out to the community with meaningful information. We also want to thank our other sponsors and partners, and it's really how we view them. AARP, wonderful organization. MAC, with a whole variety of programs all over San Diego County, great situation. Route 78, Rotary, that group there, every one of the members is committed to changing and bettering the community. So it's such a great organization. And then we have, of course, NBC Telemundo here in San Diego. Those two sides of the media empire that they have do a wonderful job at getting information out to people. And then finally, we have the various libraries, the San Diego County Library, as well as Oceanside, Carlsbad, and others that just do a wonderful job of partnering with us, getting information out, because they also sit there and really care. One of the things within the festival is the reach out there to within the author community. And one of our sister programs under Empowering Latino Futures is the International Latino Book Awards. So I'm just giving you a heads up right now, September 12th, starting at 2:30 with the program and 3 o'clock with the ceremony, and that's Pacific time, of course. We will be doing our 22nd International Latino Book Awards. Just a ceremony that you're not going to want to miss. We'll have much more information for it later. But for the moment, I hope all of you are well and safe. And so just welcome to this wonderful event that we're trying to do for you. Tune in as you hear about the information for each new event, and there will be different kinds of speakers. We've got a variety of great authors coming up also, as well as the wonderful entertainment that Georgette has coordinated in providing for all of you. So enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, so ahora lo que viene, what's coming next is presenting the festival committees who is in charge of bringing this event together. So ahora vamos a tener a los miembros del comité del festival, quien van a introducir un poquito sobre quiénes son y por qué están haciendo este evento. También les van a dar pequeños pieces de información que les van a ayudar en diferentes aspectos. Okay, festival committee members, it's your turn to introduce yourselves. Okay. Empezaré por mí y después continuaremos con B. Palmer. I'm gonna start with myself. So my name is Ana Patiño. I've been working for the Latino Book and Family Festivals for the past 3 years. This is my 4th year. Este es el 4º año que yo trabajo para lo que es este evento. The organization that I work for is Empowering Latino Futures, formerly known as Latino Literacy Now, which is a non-profit organization that focuses on helping the community. So authors, the community of authors, the community of Latinos, minorities, by bringing resources like this festival to everyone. Yo trabajo para Empowering Latino Futures, que es una organización que se enfoca, es una organización sin fines de lucro que trae eventos como este a la comunidad y también trabaja con lo que son la comunidad de los autores. Ahora voy a darle la pelotita a Vic Palmer.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, Vic Palmer.
Yeah. Hi. Buenos días. Me llamo Beatriz Palmer. My name is Dee Palmer, and this is, I think, my 3rd, maybe 4th year. And I really just have to thank Jonathan Gomez and Lisa Montes who invited us. I work for Miracosta Community College, and I work in the Service Learning and Volunteer Center, where there's Lisa. And where we help students, college students, get connected with their community for experiential learning. Trabajo en el colegio de Miracosta y estoy tan agradecida a Jonathan Gómez y Lisa Montes que me invitaron hace como 3 años a participar en este comité, en este trabajo. Y pues lo que hago en el colegio es ayudar a los estudiantes a comunicarse, a dar servicio voluntario en su comunidad. Y este festival, ahora que es virtual, es tan importante para mí porque como primera generación inmigrante aquí a Estados Unidos, cuando mis padres vinieron no sabían leer ni escribir. Y entonces pienso que en ese entonces, que ya casi tengo 50 años, si hubiésemos tenido conocimiento sobre este evento, quizás mis padres hubieran podido aprender más sobre su identidad, su cultura y más sobre lo importante del aprendizaje y la lectura. So, yay! Thank you so much for having me. And I'll throw the ball to Mónica.
Hola, me llamo Mónica Chapa Dumerc. I'm Mónica Chapa Dumerc, and I'm with the Oceanside Public Library. This is I think it's our 4th year participating in this wonderful festival. We're so pleased that it went virtual this year because we were gonna miss it if we weren't able to do it. It's an important festival, I think, and one that the library looks forward to every year. I love the focus on literacy, love of reading, Latinx authors. That really is a library thing, I think, so we're really happy about that. And Anna, is this where I talk a little bit about Oceanside Public Library? So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what's happening during the pandemic. So we at the library have curbside pickup, and we're doing home deliveries even though our building is closed. If you want more information about that, you can call 760-435-5600 for more information, or visit our website at www.oceansidepubliclibrary.org. If you go to our website, you can go to the 24/7 page where you can sign up for a free library card. It's really easy to do, and then you can start downloading ebooks from Libby or Hoopla. Register for programs on that page as well. So besides books in the library, we have story times, workshops, book clubs, and even family game nights. So please visit our website and see what we're doing. We also have a mobile arts workshop where we deliver art kits to adults and teens to create art at home during the pandemic. And if you're participating in curbside delivery or home delivery, we have craft kits for children as well. So we've been very busy, and our services are very popular. So I invite you to get a card if you don't have one. And then I was going to ask Berenice Garcia, one of our newest staff members, to talk a little bit about our services in Spanish.
Hi, everybody. My name is Berenice Garcia at Public Library. And today, I'll talk a little bit more about the services, but I'm going to talk speaking in Spanish. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Berenice García y yo trabajo en la biblioteca de Oceanside. Hoy vamos a hablar un poquito más de las cosas que han pasado en la biblioteca y los resources que tenemos para todos. Ahorita nuestra biblioteca está cerrada, pero si gusta agarrar un libro o rentar un libro, nos puede llamar o puede ir al website que es www.oceansidepubliclibrary.org y puede ordenar un libro y nosotros podemos enviarlo a su casa o si gusta ustedes pueden recogerlo a la biblioteca. No hay ni un costo si gusta que lo llevemos a su casa y sí, y también otros programas que tenemos, ahorita tenemos cuentos para niños y niñas, inglés y en español. Está todo en YouTube. Si va a YouTube y pone Oceanside Public Library, cuentos infantiles o story times, ahí va a ver las diferentes opciones que tenemos. Tenemos diferentes historias cada semana. Yo hago el story time de español, si gusta, ahí me van a ver a mí y a mis otros colegas. También otros talleres que tenemos tenemos talleres para niños y niñas como adolescentes, quieren hacer actividades de arte. Si gusta que su niño o niña o el estudiante quiere hacer eso, puede ir al website y nos puede mandar un email. Si gusta, me le puede mandarme un email a mí personalmente y yo le puedo ayudar con esas cosas. Mi email es garcia@oceanside.ci.gov y ahí me puede mandar un mensaje y le puedo ayudar con cualquier cosa. Otras cosas que hemos hecho y que tenemos como arts and craft kits para gente que gusta. También tenemos game night como para que jueguen con sus hijos o adultos. Tenemos muchísimos servicios acá en el Oceanside Public Library y cuando quiera nos puede llamar y nosotros con mucho placer le ayudaríamos. Muchas gracias.
Okay, so then we'll throw the ball to Edward.
Yes, I apologize. I've been having some internet issues, so I've gotten dropped a couple of times. But on behalf of Empowering Latino Futures and our board of directors, I'd also like to welcome everyone on the panel and
I think we're losing you, Edward. I think we're losing him. Maybe I can jump in.
People that
Edward, vamos a pasar con, we're gonna go on with Lisa for the moment while your connection gets better.
Hi.
And go ahead and mute him first.
Seen our first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lisa Montes, and I'm a board member, proud board member of Empowering Latino Futures. I work in the community as well, and I have been a proud recipient of the books from Education Begins in the Home, which is a program within Empowering Latino Futures. So Edward Becerra, who was just on, he's another board member. He gave me about 6 boxes of wonderful books from tot size preschool children all the way up to adult age books for my community of La Colonia de Eden Gardens, which is in Solana Beach, that our community could have books in their home. And it was wonderful to be able to bring those books, free books, to the community, especially during this pandemic, so that our families could have access to free books. Our community on Valley Avenue in Solana Beach, one in front of Cordell Builders on Valley Avenue, and another down the street on Valley Avenue in the La Colonia Community Center parking lot. And it's right in front of the building there. And so we have been able to restock the books and change them out so that children and adults can, and not only just books in English, but books in Spanish, so that our children can and families can have access to wonderful books. So thank you to Edward, Education Begins in the Home, for those wonderful books. And so, you know, I just wanted to say that it's wonderful to be able to provide such gifts to.
Yeah.
Also, Edward's still trying to get things situated on the internet. That I also served as an international book judge. I'm really excited about the winners, and it was fantastic competition. And I'm hoping that you all award ceremony on October 12th. I know there'll be more information about it. Yesterday press conference, and it was fantastic. So we're really excited about that as well. And I know that some of the books that are award winners will be made available here in La Colonia in our neighborhood libraries for families. We plan on purchasing some of them. We've received some community donations, some monetary donations to purchase some of those books. I'm really excited that our community will have access to those books.
Pasa la pelotita para alguien más. The little ball to somebody else, Lisa.
I don't know if B spoke yet. Did B Palmer speak?
I did. You just have to pass the ball to somebody else.
Okay, pass the ball. Let's see. Is Edward ready? How's Edward doing? Ball's gonna go to Edward. Ready?
I think my internet is unstable, so I'm gonna pass. Thank you for the kind words, Lisa. So I'm gonna have to look into my internet and I'll pass it on.
All right, this is an interception. This is Armando Tejas, and I am the Partnership Development Director for Empowering Latino Futures. And it's with my honor as well as the blessing of being able to be part of this team to bring communities together, as well as to be able to include marginalized communities that too often are not included in these types of community efforts, to include our veterans community and our first generation communities that can definitely benefit from the literacy as well as from the community engagement that we offer at Empowering Latino Futures, as well as the environment that we foster at the Latino Book and Family Festival. It is with the opportunities that we always want to seek to extend to others who may not have participated before, or have ever engaged in any kind of community activity, that with the Latino Book and Family Festival, as well as through Empowering Latino Futures, there's many opportunities for students as well as adults who are seeking new experiences, as well as experiences that are for enrichment in life, and more so the literacy and understanding of our connections to the communities at large. And so it's with this opportunity that I thank you for the time to be a part of this panel discussion, as well as to be included in the great work that we'll be working towards moving forward. Since I have the ball, I'm going to be passing it off to Jonathan Gomez.
Thank you so much, Armando. I'll catch that. It's a pleasure to be here, part of the festival for many years, and with an amazing team of people and community members. So I see the Latino Book and Family Festival as a way to celebrate our culture, our greatness. And I think we're definitely in need of that at this time. There's so many great artists in our community, and we want them to be recognized and all celebrated, and have a place to come together and recognize our greatness. I work for Miracosta College. I'm the outreach program manager, and we are very privileged to work in partnership and be the host of the festival when it's in person. And we look forward to doing that in the future. You know, we want to make sure that you know that Miracosta College is your community college. It's your college. And so I want to talk a little bit briefly about what we offer. Class will be starting August 24th, the fall semester. I want you to know that there's a promise program. There's a variety of promises, but what you can think is that if you apply for financial aid, there's any available. It's available to you. And so for a lot of our classes are completely free. Books, in many cases, are included in that. Lots of wonderful programs. It's time to apply. And we also offer financial aid for documented students, AB 540 students. So we have a great prize program, free services, community, anybody, family members, loved ones, don't have to be a student. Please look into our Upright program, and this is for our undocumented mixed status families. Y también hablar español un poquito, porque este festival representa todo lo que queremos celebrar en nuestra comunidad latina, todo lo bueno que hacemos, todos los artistas sacados. Y yo trabajo por la costa, soy encargado de la extensión comunitaria, y quiero también mencionar que hay muchos cursos gratis. Tenemos un programa en línea bien robusta. Hace mucho tiempo que estamos ofreciendo cursos en línea, todos van en línea. Tenemos clases de aprendizaje de inglés, muchos son gratis, clases de high school para adultos, y también tenemos un programa de 4 años que ofrece una licenciatura en biotecnología. Así que muchas opciones, y Miracosta es su colegio, es su comunidad, así que estamos aquí para decirles gracias. I have to pass it. Let me see who else. Am I passing it to Jet or Jacqueline? Anybody that wants to speak?
Why don't you pass it to Jacqueline, since I'll be performing
I was trying
at
to pass it to somebody since she was next.
Jacqueline hasn't spoken and I haven't spoken, but I thought Jacqueline should go first.
Oh, and we can't use Jet. Oh, there we go.
Hello, good morning. Thank you, Jonathan. Got it. Got it all the way over here in San Diego. My name is Jacqueline Ayala. I am a librarian, a principal librarian for the San Diego County Library. And that means that I get to work in the wonderful, beautiful part of San Diego County, North County. So as a librarian for the county library, what I do is I work with different communities, their managers, and we provide services to a number of communities. Earlier, Lisa mentioned Solana Beach area. And that is where one of the county libraries, one of the 33 county libraries is in Solana Beach. And we proudly serve La Colonia de Eden Gardens, Solana Beach community, just as an example. We also work with our partners, our sister agencies, if you will, such as Oceanside Public Library, and also Carlsbad, Escondido, Vista. There's a number of libraries in the North County. That's why it's so important for the county library to be a part of this wonderful event. And myself, I've been involved in the festival since we reactivated it in North County. And it has been a real pleasure for me to work with this wonderful, hardworking group of people, and also to reach out in different ways to our community of our North County residents. Right now is a very interesting time. Your libraries are closed to the public, and yet, as was evidenced earlier with Berenice and Monica talking about OPL, and also what's going on with SDCL, we are still, our employees, our librarians, our library workers are still working very hard behind the scenes to provide customers with the opportunity to obtain information and obtain help virtually. It has certainly been a challenge for us, as most of this year has been, I think, for each and every one of us personally. So again, San Diego County Library is so proud and so happy to be part of this wonderful event. You have a strong and very talented and very committed group of individuals working on this organizing committee. And there is no end to the type of creativity and the resilience that we have. And that's something that's really important. We want to pass that on to you. We want the message for all of you and your children, especially as you face this time of returning to school and having lived these past few months of uncertainty. We're there right along with you. We have our children, our grandchildren, you know, of all ages, trying to figure out what is the academic school year going to look like? How are we going to be able to continue to move forward in this time of challenges? Our message to you today, along with the real importance of books, this is what it's all about for us when we are library workers. For example, the house on Mango Street. I have a few show and tells here for y'all. You know, La Tortuga Fulana. These are the kinds of things that we want you all. This is a folk tale from Puerto Rico, and that's where my granddaughter was born. She's 2 years old. Jimmy Santiago, Vaca, a wonderful author who, by the way, this book itself was gifted to me by one of my mentors in librarianship. It's a very important, sentimental item for me, but in addition to that, it's so important for us to remember to tell our lives story, Chiquita's Cocoon, you know, through these books that are very important. When we're looking at these times where we're being challenged by things that we know that there's differences. We know that things are unequal. We know what systemic racism is like. And yet we are doing what we can to continue to make sure that our journeys, not just for ourselves, but for you, our community members, families, students, everybody that we care about, all of you that are the clients and or recipients of our services, can continue to be able to enjoy and become aware of the resources. We, as your resources and your connection, we don't go away because there's a pandemic. I wanted to talk about this very special book that's out, A Jaguar in the Library. This book is by Floricanto Press. And I urge all of you to get a copy of it or check out your nearest library, as we are trying to acquire this book hot off the press. Jaguar in the Library is the story of the first Chicana librarian. And we are so lucky that she is in our midst. She's a resident of New Mexico. Her name is Elizabeth Irene Martinez. Any of you in the Chicano library world know of her. If you have heard of the American Library Association, Elizabeth is a former executive director of the American Library Association, the first Chicana to be in that position. And she expertly tells in this book, A Jaguar in the Library, of her journeys, of her political challenges, of the hills that she had to climb, of the valleys that she was in. Wonderful speaker. We had the extreme pleasure, our Reforma chapter of Libros in San Diego, we had the extreme pleasure of hosting her for one of our meetings at none other than Tony's El Jacal. And she just regaled us with not only her story and her enthusiasm, but you know what? Truly in the tradition of Congressman John Lewis, she gave us a mandate and she told our little Libros chapter, you know, we don't have hundreds of people in our chapter, but she just gave us all this inspiring words and told us we have to do this. And that's part of the reason why we're here, everyone. Thank you so much. Bienvenidos a todos. Es un placer saludarles hoy y esperamos que vamos a continuar y vamos a sobrevivir. Gracias.
Armando should speak next because, like I said, I'll be performing as the last show. So Armando, you already spoke. Okay, your picture looked different. So I guess, is there anyone else there? All right, so I guess it's up to me. My name is Georgette Baker. Me llamo Georgette Baker. Soy bilingüe. As a matter of fact, I speak 5 languages. So I'll go back and forth from Spanish to English. I was in the very first Latino Book and Family Festival that was held in Los Angeles. So I've been involved so long, I don't want to date myself. He estado involucrada con el Festival Latino desde el principio, cuando fue en la convención en Los Ángeles. So as a board member here, I'm going to be performing right after this. I coordinated the other wonderful performers that are here in Southern California. The librarians have had many of them in their libraries, and I hope you listeners will also invite them. Coordiné todas las personas que están involucradas en hacer los programas de entretenimiento, que va a estar de aquí hasta octubre. Y espero que ustedes los contraten en sus casas, en sus bibliotecas, en sus colegios. I will be doing how to make maracas out of things that you have in your house. So, and I will also be sharing with you a Latin American adventure. Les voy a enseñar cómo hacer maracas con cosas que ya tienen en la casa. Y también voy a estar compartiendo algunas cosas de Latinoamérica, algunas canciones, unos cuentos, y bueno, ya me verán otra vez. So I'm Georgette Baker, and thank you for having me. Pero next week, before you forget, we are going to have Zany Zoe. She's bilingual. She's a magician, she's a comic, and she's a woman. She's the first bilingual Latin American woman magician here in Southern California. So next Saturday, van a ver a Zany Zoe, que va a hacer magia, es latina, es mujer y también hace comedia. Ella va a estar la semana entrante. Así que no se lo pierdan. The ball, back to Anna. Ooh.
Okay, everyone. Okay, so now we're back. And so you got a little preview from everybody. I don't know if Edward, you still have a connection. Would you like to, maybe it improved? Would you like to give it a try one more time and see?
No, go ahead. My connection is unstable, so thank you.
Okay, in that case, we are going to, as you can see, our committee, our festival committee is composed of teachers, librarians, authors, community leaders, and we have, there's a lot of people who are not here right now, but there's also representatives in health, in early childhood education. In this case, we have from the college education. We also have community members that join our committee to make this type of event happen. So, como pueden ver, este tipo de eventos reúne a un comité de personas que incluyen maestros, bibliotecarios, autores, líderes en las comunidades, representantes de salud, de educación para los niños, de educación sobre el colegio y la universidad, y también pues miembros de la comunidad que les importa lo que es el leer y lo que es la literatura para el crecimiento de los mismos, la comunidad. Voy a compartir ahora la presentación una vez más para que podamos ver la presentación de Georgette. Gracias por quedarse con nosotros y disfruten lo que es la presentación de Georgette. Enjoy the presentation from Georgette that's coming up. How to make maracas.
Hello, it's me, Georgette Baker, also known as Grandma G. You know that I'm a performer, so you can watch my YouTube videos. And also I have many books. So today we are going to learn how to make what you will need. Again, you will also need 2 plastic spoons, some tape, and a little bit of rice, or popcorn, or lentils. So, what you have to do is you need to get your recyclable egg that you've saved since last year, okay? And then you need to find something you're gonna put inside. So if you have little rocks in your yard, you can use little rocks. You can go on a rock hunt. If you don't have rocks, or maybe you have a little bit of rice that you can spare, a little bit of popcorn, beans.
Ok, so, gracias Georgette por tu presentación. Queremos agradecer a todos los sponsors y aún no se vayan, solamente un pequeñito break para agradecer a los sponsors del evento y a los partners, the literacy partners. We want to thank literacy partners and the great sponsors of the event. It's not over yet, just hang on because Georgette is coming back. All right, let's keep going with the event.
So, ¿qué es eso? Can you tell what these are? Ooh, what do they look like? They look like, ooh, they look like teeth, don't they? And then they also look like horns, but they're not horns. They also look like, yes, you're right. They look like toenails. And these are cha-chas. They are goat pigs. And then they clip the toenails. And they probably went, ooh, what do I do with these? And somebody said, hey, let's make an instrument and we'll sell it to the tourists. All right, get ready. I'm going to show you something. And you're going to say, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? So, this is an instrument that comes from Venezuela. Venezuela in South America. It has a name that's a number in Spanish. What is this number in Spanish? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. That's right, cuatro. This is the Venezuelan cuatro. Why do you think they call it the cuatro? Oh, maybe it's because it has 4 strings. Cuatro strings. We're going to learn a song that I learned when I was little, and I'm going to play on. Ready? Okay, get your fingers ready, because first we are going to point up, and we're going to say por arriba. Repeat after me. Por arriba. Means from the top. Now we're going to point down, and we're going to say por abajo. Por abajo. Good job. Now we're going to point to our front. Point to your chest like this. And you're going to say por delante. Por delante. Good job. And now you're going to point to your back. Reach back, reach back, reach back. And point to your back. And you're going to say, por detrás. Por detrás. Good job. So, this is a story about a little parakeet. Now, he looks just like his pop. He looks like his pop por arriba, por abajo, por delante, por detrás. So whenever other animals see him, they know who he is because he looks like his pop por arriba, por abajo, por delante, por detrás. Awesome. Now, can you say his name? His name is Periquito. Periquito. And that means little parrot. So a periquito is a little parrot. Oh, how do you say dad or pop in Spanish? Oh, I remember. Did you remember? Papa. Papa. Very good. Now here's the easy part. Te like. Te parece. That means he looks like his pop. So you'll say, periquito, periquito, te pareces a tu papá. And then you'll point up, por arriba, por abajo, por delante, por detrás. Wonderful. And in English it goes, little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet, and you point to your feet, to your middle, and you point to your belly button, your middle to your top. One more time. From your feet to your middle belly button, from your middle to your top. Good job. Let's start the story. One day in a beautiful green jungle, a little parakeet pecked his way out of the egg where he'd been growing. His mother flew over, picked him up, and said, little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet to your middle, from your middle to your top. Pop, asked little parakeet. Your pop is working in the jungle and won't be home until tomorrow, his mother replied. Little parakeet could not wait until tomorrow to meet his pop, so he started out to look for him. He came across a monkey. Pop, little parakeet said happily. Said the monkey, I'm not your pop. Little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet to your middle, from your middle to your top. Your pop is working down by the river. So little parakeet went down to the river. There he came across a turtle. Pop, he said to the turtle, and the turtle started laughing. I'm not your pop, but I know who you are. Little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet to your middle, from your middle to your top. Your pop is working on the other side of the jungle. Little parakeet crossed to the other side of the jungle, and there he came across some more water. He encountered a poison arrow frog. Pop, he said, and the frog started laughing. Oh, I'm not your pop, but I know who you are. Little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet to your middle, from your middle to your top. Your pop is working where the soil is moist. Little parakeet flapped his wings until he came to where the soil was wet and full of mushrooms. There he saw an 8-legged creature. Pop! I'm not your pop. I'm a tarantula, a spider, but I know who you are. Little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet to
your middle, from your middle to your top. Your pop is right up there in that mango tree. See? Little parakeet looked up in the mango tree. He couldn't see anything, couldn't find his pop, and so he started to cry. Papa Parakeet heard a sad sound coming from below the mango tree. He flew down to Little Parakeet and said, "Son?" Little Parakeet looked up tearfully and cried out, "Pop?" Pop hugged his little parakeet. All the animals of the jungle came out to say, "We told you." Little parakeet, you look just like your pop. From your feet to your middle, from your middle to your top. Wasn't that a great story? I want to show you what a mango looks like. So this is a mango from the mango trees like Periquito was having. It's got a tough skin and it's got a nice, juicy, fleshy inside. And it's sweet. Look for it in your stores because they have mangoes everywhere. Okay, I hope that you remember that I want you to say, ¿Qué es eso? So just a real refresher. ¿Qué es eso? Because I'm about to show you something really interesting. It is called, and you may have seen this, it's called a rain stick. A rain stick. Now this comes from one of the driest deserts in the world, which is in Chile. And Chile is way down here. It's a very, very thin country, goes all the way down there. And it's really cold at the bottom of Chile because it's near Antarctica, the South Pole. So this is a rain stick. It comes from one of the driest deserts, like I said, and it hasn't rained there in 400 years. But I want to show you what's inside of a rain stick. You see that? You see all those things? Those are thorns. So what someone did is they took the thorns from the outside of the cactus. This is a cactus. And then they poked it back inside. And they broke it off and they poked it inside and they broke it off and they poked it inside. Now, I have not covered this one because what they do is they cover it with wood or whatever they can find. They put some rocks inside and they cover this side. And then when you turn it, you hear the sound of the rain. So, or you hear a sound that sounds like rain. I want to show you with this baby toy what is happening inside of a rain stick. So as the rocks go down, they get stuck on the thorns. And this shows you what is happening inside. I know you want to see a real rain stick. Wait, I'm going to show you. Rain sticks come in all different sizes. And as you can see, this is a really blah, 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 blah. Nope. Kind of looks like a maraca. Nope. Oh, I remember what this is now. This is a molinillo. It is a former ancient type of chocolate beater. You whip up the chocolate with the molinillo. Because a long time ago, chocolate was really hard. Hard like that. You had to break off a piece. And then you needed to heat some milk. Put the chocolate. And whip it up and make a nice frothy cup of chocolate. Oh dear. How do you say chocolate in Spanish? Does anyone remember? Oh, I remember. It's chocolate. Chocolate. The syllables of chocolate. Ready? Cho, co, la, te. And what I did is I made up this great dance that you can do if you're sitting down or you can stand up. So if you want to stand up, here's your chance. Let's stand up. Okay. So we're going to count to 3 in Spanish. We're going to say uno, dos, tres, and then we're going to say cho, the first syllable. Then we're going to say co, the second syllable, cho, co. Then guess what we're going to say? Yes, la. And last, we're going to say te. So it goes like this. Uno, dos, tres, and now say cho and clap your legs. Cho. Good job. Uno, dos, tres. Now say co. Co. Good. Uno, dos, tres. Now la. La. Uno, dos, tres, te. Got it? Let's try one more time. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Now, since we are pretending that we are now a molinillo, we need to whip up that chocolate. So put your hand on your head, put your hand on your tummy, and rub your tummy and your head at the same time and wiggle. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Okay, so let's do the whole thing all together, and then I'm going to sing a song to you about the origin of chocolate. Let's try this one more time, a little faster. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Wiggle. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Awesome! Let me get my guitar. Okay, I got my guitar already here, as you can see. And for those of you who don't know, guitars have 6 strings. Now what I need you to do is I need you to do the movements because I'm going to be using my hands to do other things. So let's try it. Uno, ready? Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Hand on your head, hand on your tummy, ready? Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Remember, you're gonna do uno, dos, tres, cho. And I need you to sing along and move your hands because I can't do it. I'll be playing the guitar for you. Ready? Here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Wiggle. Chocolate, chocolate. Bate, bate, chocolate. Very good. Now, we're going to continue with the story. So when I go into the chocolate part, that's when you get up and you start dancing. One day when I was walking, just playing and singing in the park, I came across an old man stirring something very dark. He was speaking Nahuatl. a language I'd never heard. His face was weathered and tan, and his nose, he just kept on stirring, stirring with a wooden thing, a stick called a molinillo. Then he began to sing. Here we go, your turn. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Wiggle, chocolate, chocolate. Bate, bate, chocolate. He was an Aztec Indian, and he told me that the cocoa bean came from Central America and the Mexican Indian. In the language of Nahuatl, cocoa is called chocoatl. And to say cocoa water, you have to say cacahuatl. Ready, your turn. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, go. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Wiggle, chocolate, chocolate. Bate, bate, chocolate. So now when I make chocolate, I remember the man in the park, mixing with his molinillo, his chocoatl, rich and dark. Ready? Last two times, they each get faster. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, go. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Wiggle, chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, go. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. ¡Ay! Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Wow, that was great. We are coming to the end of our show, but I always like to share this. This is a conch, you're right. And there used to be an animal living here. Well, the Aztec Indians of long ago had no telephone or televisions or Morse code or Pony Express or any other form of communication. But they did gather conch and they cut them at the top. Now, this becomes like a very loud horn. So I'm going to blow it, and I bet some of you will be able to hear it because it's so loud. Ready? Oh, that was so much fun. I wonder if you can see the air coming out. Let me know, okay? Bye-bye.
Okay, everyone, we are back, and thank you, Georgette, for that awesome presentation and your singing and everything. Now, we're gonna end the event early today from what it seems. Gracias a todos por haberse quedado y a Georgette por haber dado esa presentación tan maravillosa con la música y todo, y espero hayan aprendido algo sobre América Latina. Now we're gonna go into a preview for next week's program. And so one of the presenters is going to be Carla Cordero, Stories in the Blood. So para la siguiente semana va a haber una presentación de una maestra, profesora del Colegio de Miracosta. Ahorita está enseñando ahí clases en línea porque ya todo es en línea. Va a dar una presentación sobre las historias que hay en nuestra sangre, básicamente. Son historias que vienen en la sangre, de nuestra herencia familiar. Entonces, there's also gonna be a presenter, Sani So. She is a female comedian, and Georgette mentioned something a little bit about her, bilingual magician. También va a haber una maga, Sani So. Ella va a dar la presentación bilingüe y va a hacer un poco de comedia y magia. I'm gonna let Pete Palmer introduce or say a little bit about who Carla Cordero is.
Gracias, Ana. So it's such a, thank you, I caught it. It's such an honor to have Carla Cordero, a local community. I'm going to read you. She's a poet, an artivist, not just an activist, but an artivist because she's so creative, and an educator. And she's also, she is an editor for Spit Journal, an online literary review for poetry and social justice. And she's the founder of Voice for Change. She also is part of a nonprofit organization here in Oceanside that has spoken word. It's Glassless Minds. And this year, she is one of the finalists for the Latino Book Awards. And this is her book, How to Pull Apart the Earth. And she was also quoted in one of the Oprah recommendations for poetry books. She's from Calexico, and she's a descendant of the Chichimeca people from northern Mexico, a Chicana poet, educator, artivist, raised along the borderlands of Calexico. She's a 3-time Pushcart nominee and offered fellowships from Bona, Macondo, Canto Mundo, the Loft Literary Center, Community of Writers, and Pink Door Writings. And she has this poem in here. It's a short poem that I want to read to you just to give you a little teaser of what's coming next week. And because it's so hot, and she's from Calexico, and you can imagine if you know anything about Southern California, and what Calexico is really, really hot. So this poem is called The Time My Mama Gave Me the Chancla for Letting Andrew Jackson Escape Out of the Window. And this is one of my favorite poems of hers. So it goes a little like this. It's 12 p.m. We arrive home from Sunday church. I am the last person to enter through the door, and Mom yells, "Cierra la puerta, the AC's running," which means she just put in 70 hours of work this week to pay the bills, which means to feel cold is a privilege, un privilegio. A ghost visits thanks to Mom's labor of love and desperation to put pan y leche on the table for her daughters one time in the boiling summer of 1999. Mom gave me the chancla for leaving the window open. She swore she saw a flock of dollar bills fly out the window and soar through the sky, the tip of each green wing printed in the number $20 on the bellies, an image of Andrew Jackson waving farewell, and outside they flew, and outside the sun burned each thin paper bird to a crisp before they could find freedom and claim it their own. I still remember the bruise on my left butt cheek when I failed to foil the windows to keep the devil out, and it was almost as hot as then as it is right now. But inside the house is breathing a cold breath now, blessed to know the luxury of shiver, to know the taste of snow in a place it does not exist. So I wanted to share that because she has more next week, and she's going to teach us the value of, she's going to share with us the value of our own stories and our familias, passed down from generations. And I hope that her work inspires you to tell your historias, porque la sangre llama. Mi papá dijo un día, hija, la sangre llama. And it's true, blood calls. So come back and see her. The last thing I want to remind you is Censo 2020. Please, please, please complete your Census 20. Hagan su censo si no lo han terminado. Se iba a extender hasta los últimos de octubre, pero esta administración, este presidente ha decidido terminar el censo un mes antes, entonces solamente tenemos un mes, todos contamos, hagan su censo, pueden ir a 2020 census.gov, lo voy a poner en el chat y si necesitan ayuda, mándenos un mensajito y le ayudamos. Okay, please complete your census. It's so, so important. It's about power, distribution of wealth, and representation. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Beatriz. Thanks, V, for all the information. And if anybody from the committee can add something else, then this is your time. Does anyone wants the ball back? All right, then we're gonna end this presentation, and thanks everybody for joining. This is just the introduction, the beginning, get to know the committee members and the team that's behind this event at the moment. So esta fue la introducción. Gracias a todos por asistir. Estos fueron los miembros del comité del festival y dando una introducción de quiénes son y por qué hacen este evento. Los dejo con el video de el evento, nomás un trailer. I'll leave a little trailer at the end, and then, well, thank you, everyone. Ok, hasta luego todos. Bye, gracias por asistir. Thanks everybody for attending. Bye.
See everyone soon.
Gracias a ti, Ana, por todo.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, everyone.
Gracias,
Nuestra
Ana.
líder.
Good job, Anna.
Hasta luego. See you next time.
Yeah.